Hi everyone, welcome to Ideation. We're so excited that you're joining us today. I'm Gar, I'm one of the academic officers for WiCS. That's Ananya, who's a technical officer for WiCS, and then Allison up here, who's also another academic officer. So we'll kind of be going over like the hackathon ideation, and then at the end there'll be like a team action or team formation process. And then if you haven't already, please sign in. I think there's a question asking for your UT EID. If you're not from UT, you can put NA for that question. And that should take care of that. Okay, so for our agenda today, we're gonna go over like the hackathon workflow, the pipelines for that, steps for ideation, and then ideation exercises, and then tips for team matching, and then team matching activity. So for the hackathon workflow, we're going to be focusing on the team matching and ideation part, but obviously like development, demoing, designing, and testing are all part of like your hackathon like weekend. So this is just kind of like an overview of like the hackathon. So you'll have like your discovery phase, and that's where you kind of like make your idea, and then you have the technical delivery where you actually like develop the product. You probably spend most of your time in technical delivery, and then you have your submission where you submit to like the dev post, and then obviously like pitching your products to the judges. And I would say for hackathons, like in my past experiences, the idea is also really important. Even if you don't get a full working product, the idea is what the judges also look for. So I think just having a solid idea is also really a big part of fun. Yeah, so steps for ideation. You want to pick a problem that you personally relate with. I think this is the best way to go, because if you work on something that you encounter in your day-to-day life, you probably will have more passion to work on that, more desire to finish that project. And yeah, so just find a problem that you think that you can solve with technology. There's so many problems in this world, so just choose one and like try to come up with a solution for that. And then you want to define the scope of your problem. So obviously you only have like 24 hours to work on this project, so you want to make sure that you can complete this in 24 hours. And obviously you don't really have to finish, but just having like a solid MVP is really important. And then obviously in a presentation, you can say like, this is what I would do in the future to expand on this project. And that's something that like project would also look for. And then you want to evaluate potential solutions. So these solutions would be like, how are you going to approach this problem? How are you going to solve it with like an app or website? And then you want to make sure that you choose a sustainable solution, just because obviously like not everything can be solved with like a tech product. So just make sure that what you're doing is like relevant and can actually work in the way that you want it to. So I'll pass it off to Ananya to basically go over the steps.
So the first step, choosing a problem, start from the theme or categories which they would have gone over at that opening meeting. It doesn't, if you have a problem or like a key idea you really like and it doesn't line with the theme, go with that over picking themes. There are like broad, open-ended categories that you can still win in, and it's more important to do something fun that you're interested in. You can change your idea. I wouldn't change like the technical solution if you're going towards it, but like if you came up with an idea and you realize it's not technically feasible, or you realize you guys just don't like it, you can change it halfway through. Don't hold yourself to it. The point of a hackathon is to enjoy yourself. It also doesn't have to be a completely unique idea. Like if you come up with something and then you overhear people talking and they're doing something very similar, like there are a limited number of things you can do. You're probably going to have something that's similar to someone else, so you don't have to completely like refactor just because someone else is doing something similar. And also orient your brainstorming around the problem. So it's better for coming up with the idea itself, and also for the actual demo when you're talking about it, if you're able to speak about the actual details of your implementation based on the idea, not you like started implementing and then you like try to fit your idea towards the product you already created. It should be like when you're demoing, you want to go really in depth about the actual problem, and then your solution is going to be something that's more of a high level thing. Two, defining the scope of it. So if you haven't used this before, minimum viable product is the idea of what is the bare minimum you want to accomplish by the end of the hackathon. So you want to outline deliverables. So these are just key features. So say you're creating an app, you want to be like, I want a login page, I want sign up, I want to profile matching, and then I want like a home directory or something. And so these are specific and achievable goals. So these are things you for sure like. If you're not planning on sleeping, I guess before you submit, but if you are planning on sleeping, like before you go to bed, make sure these things are done. So examples of this are create an app with chat, login page, and feed, or create a game with a home world and a boss fight. So these should be things that are reasonable for you to do based on your skill level. Be honest with your skill level, because this is something that's like, this is the very, very bare minimum product you have. So ideally you'll want to go past your minimum viable product, but like, you wouldn't submit without reaching this point. Also, you would want to consider how you define a successful project. Think about how much commitment you want to put into it. You want a full application. Do you just want a Figma design, an interactive demo? That's one thing for a hackathon, especially with your first one. You don't need a full working product. You can submit an idea, and there are still categories that you can win in, like the design category. And so it could just be like a Figma mock-up is your final product, as long as you really thought through the solution. So step 3, evaluating your solution. So pick a solution type or tech stack. If you really want to build an app, it would be like, I choose this language, Swift, React. Align it to the scope of your project. Don't pick something that's really complicated to do for a really simplified problem. Like you aren't going to use Unity to create an app, like an app or something that's about a like social issue. Consider how you want to collaborate with your team members. You don't want to just pass around one laptop the whole time. So consider, are you going to use Git? Are you going to use Plastic? Are you going to use some way to share or push code between each other? And also plan out how you're going to divide that up. These are just a list of possible solutions that you could do, or possible tech stacks you could use. I'm not going to read them all out, but if you consider your problem, think about which one aligns most with what your issue is.
Okay, so now we're going to do like having a team matching. So how many people are still looking for like numbers for their team, or don't? Like if you fall in that category, please raise your hand. Okay, so I guess what we're gonna probably do this is like, so if you're looking for just one team member, go over here to this corner. And if you're looking for 2 team members, please go over to this corner here. And then if you're looking for 3, go, or like if you're actually just looking for a group, just like go to the back.
Is there a maximum size for teams?
I think it's 4.
4. What did you say was alternative to Git?
Okay, it's just for Unity. You can use Plastics SEM. It's like a basically Git but for Unity.
If you already have a team, you can go ahead.
Okay, so we're going to do some sort of type of training process. We're gonna see how well this works. So before we get started, just a few things to consider, like, what we're gonna do, we're gonna have to do like. Like maybe one or two more items. So before we begin, like some things to consider are like the level of commitment to their hackathon, like your interest in the numbers, what your goals are and like what you're looking to do out of the hackathon. Okay, so for people that like need it really try to accomplish something Hey guys, if y'all need like a group to work with, like there's groups up here that are looking for one or two members, so please like feel free to like come and talk to the people up here. Just so that you can like kind of like angle around to meet your teams.
And if you're over here, you know, admit. And maybe one person needs to raise your hand if you want to
On the slide here, we have some good questions that we get to ask, what you're looking for in a group.
The real brand of No worries. You guys are like. We still graduating. This one. Yeah. I mean, like, Don't have around.
Okay, hey guys, so if you don't have a computer and or if you're still looking for a job, what we're going to try is we're going to have people with like mostly form teams, like sort of present what they're looking for and like what they're planning for their project, and then seeing if any of the like leftover individuals sort of like fit. So like for the groups that are still looking for members, like just like have one person like sort of propose a project and like what you're looking for in a person, like what kind of skills you look for. Okay, so everybody, if you can please sit down, like if you're still looking for a group.
Yeah.
Or still need another member.
What are you interested in doing? What's your name again?
If you have your group form, you can go ahead.
If you have a group and you're done, you can leave. If you don't, and you're like a group that's looking for one more member, send one person to stay up here, the rest of them can sit down. We're just gonna have you all say your idea and see if there's anyone interested in joining.
Were you like,
I talked to you about that. I was right next to you. There's a duck. The duck in the toilet. Lots of it. Lots of.
Is there anyone that still needs a member?
was yours
Yeah. I was also doing that.
Anyone not matched with the team? Raise your hand now.
I don't think there is.
Is there a team that just needs one more person? A team of 3? Oh,
So we just,
is there one person who doesn't have a team?
I think we're good.
I mean, 3 is a good enough.
One more person, I think Rico has like the merge app. So I'll get more stuff on that.
Yeah, no worries.
What's your name?